Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Phatkat Collections. Got a cool device for you guys today, and this is a product by xCool. They were nice enough to reach out to Phatkat Collections and send one of their electric precision screwdriver sets. And this is something that I'll always review on this channel, anything tool related, because it's always something that I can use, right? So let's unbox it and take a look. So here's the packaging. Gotta pop this sucker open here. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the packaging. You folks know I don't really get too involved in showcasing that. We have two boxes inside the packaging here. We'll see what we get. Instruction manual, although you probably don't need the instruction manual on something like this. Got some kind of plastic wrapper here we're gonna get into. All right, so here it is. So right off the bat, we have this really nice, what I believe to be like an aluminum case. Very nice quality. We have a charging port on the side here, and this is for USB-C. I'm really glad they did USB-C, just because a lot of companies, they'll use the micro USB, and it's a pain in the butt. I don't have a lot of those connections, not just me, but they tend to bend, and you have to put them in one way, and I just feel like they're a little bit more, delicate, whereas USB-C, I just feel like overall is a much better plug. It goes in either way. Then we have 4 status lights. That's going to show you how much charge you have. And what this is basically a case for the electric screwdriver that charges the device as well. Very nice construction. You press the button and it basically pops open, and we slide open the inner case here, and this is what we got. So it's two-sided, and it is one big giant magnet. Although I will state some of the drill bits here are kind of all over the place. I don't think the magnets here are overly powerful, but they'll definitely hold each bit in place, right? You don't want to shake it around though. Be a little delicate with it. You don't want to lose any of these bits. You get a whole bunch of bits in here. Let me just kind of show you guys the close-up on what you get. You get several drill bits. Looks like some, and again, I'm looking at this in reverse here. Some Phillips heads, some standard bits, some standard slot bits, and then what else you get here? You get, on the opposite side, a few more drill bits and some like extended Phillips head and some standard bits. And as always, guys, the link in the description is going to have the Amazon link where you can actually just look at this a little bit more. A lot of bits on this. And some bits you probably won't use. They're more specialty bits, like some security bits it looks like. But very cool. It does give a couple different markings on here, which is pretty nice. I'm kind of an organized dude, and so it's nice that they have each individual marking on here, so you can put each bit back exactly where you got it from. Although not really a huge deal, because ultimately, you know, you can really put them in anywhere. It's not specific to each location. And then, of course, you press down on the top of the screwdriver, and it pops out. Just gotta turn it on here. Hopefully you can hear this. Almost sounds like something you hear at like the dentist's office. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus in here. It's focusing in on me. Very cool. And we have an indicator here. It's going to show your battery life. And it also has, as you're pressing the button, it shows that it's turning to the left, and kind of has like an animated, see if you can see this here, animated LED screen. You know, I don't know, kind of cool. I mean, you know, it's not like when you press this, you necessarily need to know, you know, which way it's turning. You can see it, but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a little high-tech animation. Very nice aluminum construction from what I can tell. Now, I will state, they did send me 2 of these, and full disclosure, I did open this up on a different, the other one, basically. And so I do have a couple complaints. Actually, one complaint. One, this is super handy, right? Let me start with the positives, right? Super nice construction, plenty of bits here. You know, the ability to drill a small hole if you're working on, I'm not like a model guy or anything like that, so I don't know if you're working on like wood models, so you have to drill anything. But anything you have to, I don't know, use kind of like some precision heads. This is really handy, and the reason why I think this is handy, what I find is when working with smaller screwdrivers, it's kind of hard to hold them, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm constantly like slipping off the bit. Again, these are not like things that are huge problems in my day, right? But I think this is definitely something you can use for, if it has the right size here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like you have some really small, I'm just going to pop one out here for you watch guys who watch my channel. really small precision regular screwdriver bit, right? And so this is going to be great. You can actually size a watch with this. I mean, do be careful. You know, you are going to put down some a little bit of torque, more than probably your hand can produce. I don't know how much torque this puts out. I will read the description a little bit more to give you guys more information, but I totally dig this. This is really going to come in handy for times where I am sizing a watch. Again, if it's a watch that has screws, you can use this. And honestly, this would be fine for if you are any kind of trade where you're, you know, taking off wall plates. I would imagine this has enough torque for you to be able to do that. You know, it is limited. You know, don't think you're going to put down tons of... let me just see if it has the torque here. It's interesting they have... it does come with a set of... I'll show you guys too. Well, why not? I'll just show you guys what else comes with here. This is kind of weird that they included this. And I wouldn't really call this a gripe, but let me just open this up here. You know, I do think sometimes companies... I don't know. Sometimes they don't... Anyway, let me just show you what you're getting here. Okay, so they don't give you a wall adapter, and they don't give you, from what I can tell, a charging cable. So you'll have to get your own USB-C. Oh, I stand corrected. This does actually have a USB-C charging cable in it, which is fine, but you still don't get the wall adapter. You get a set of tweezers, and you get this pry bar. Almost looks like something, again, you see in a dentist's office. But I don't think that, you know, this is something totally separate. You know, they spent the time creating this really well-made case that's all-inclusive, right? Has everything you need, the ability to charge the device. I mean, this is all you need. Slip it in your pocket, you're good to go. Then, of course, they include these other tools that you don't have anywhere to put them, right? So I just think it would have been better not to include these. Again, it's great that they included them, right? You can throw it in your toolbox, but I like when you're buying something that's an all-inclusive kit for it to have, you know, a spot for this. And I think they could have, you know, devise something to maybe mount this. Maybe there's not enough room with the batteries, but I don't know, maybe made the case a little bigger. Maybe like a storage case in here to include these, because now you're taking this kit and adding 2 more tools that you're not, you know, that are going to end up lost somewhere probably. Now, the other gripe I have with this, and this is, you know, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but most of what they give you, actually I'm not doing anything wrong, most of what they give you are going to be like screw bits, right? Drive bits. Then, of course, that's cool. They give you a couple drill bits, right, for you to, you know, make a hole if you have to. Again, limited on what you can, limited on the power this thing has, right? But what I find annoying is if you look at how many bits you get, most of what you get are screw driving bits. You know, you have some, I don't know exactly which ones you call these. You have the square bits, the star bits, some security bits here. Again, your Phillips and the standard. So that's great that they give you all that stuff, but in order for you to use those, you have to unscrew the top portion here. We could probably do this a little easier. Just unscrew it. Then you have to take out, I'm going to call this like, I don't know what you call it, it's like a chuck of some sort, right? This is what you'd normally put the drill bits in, right? So you have to take that out, and then once you remove that, you have this hexagon shaped insert right here. I don't know if you can get that. Probably not going to be able to zoom in on that. There we go. And then you just pop your bits in here. So most of the time you're going to be using these particular, you're going to be using bits, not necessarily drill bits. This is a screwdriver kit, not a mini drill gun, right? Or a drill drive, drill tool, right? So what I find annoying is when you do that, you don't have anywhere to store this. So after you're done using it, you have to put it back. And I know it's not like a huge deal, like it's not going to take you that long, but you know, they went through the time of making this really cool magnetic case. They do give you an extra one of those, but again, like if you want to store that, and let's say this is all, let's say you're never going to use this to drill something, right? Yeah, sure, you can take that and put it in your toolbox, but I don't know, I like the idea of being able to store this, and it just would have been nice if they included another section for you to store this particular chuck that you're going to remove. Now, you know, if I want to put that somewhere, you know, if I want to close this up, I have to either put it back on the screwdriver or put it in my toolbox. So, I mean, for me, since they already have one here, I probably would just throw that in my toolbox. But I don't know, it did come with it. So I would have liked the ability to put it in its case, you know. So, but overall, I mean, it's a really nice quality screwdriver. Again, really small. I haven't really put this to the test yet, but I'm definitely going to use this for wall plates, or, you know, if I'm working on a little something simple, like trying to think of what I'd be working on. Usually I use something like this if I'm going to size a watch and it has screws, or if I'm going to, you know, put in a wall plate somewhere in my house, take a wall plate off and then remove the outlet. So really anything that you're going to be using a small screwdriver for, right? You can use this for a lot of times the screws that you use to tune like a car amplifier are really small like that. So you're not going to want to use this on power for that, but it's nice that they have them. It's definitely going to come in handy. Again, love the fact that you just pop this in here and charge it. Now here's my other gripe, right? If you decide to take that off, that top portion, when you go to put the screwdriver back in, it flops all over the place. So you really have to, after you're using it, put the chuck back in the top, screw the top portion on, and then put it back in the case. And then this protrudes long enough to actually engage the spring, and then it locks in, and then it's not going to fall out. Then it's actually charging, because if you don't have that portion on, that chuck, it's not going to make contact with the two metal contacts here to actually charge the device. So I think that was a really bad design portion of this. But again, this is why I do these reviews. Companies learn a little bit. It also has this strange section here that has, I don't know if you can see from the top, there's a magnet. It looks like it's an energized magnet and non-energized magnet. So I'm not really sure what that means or what that does. Of course, we could probably read the manual, but I mean, I just kind of like things to be a little more straightforward. Let me just see what it says here, actually. Bear with me. I mean, the instructions are so small, I can't even... Alright, so it looks like it has a magnetization area. So, it's just kind of odd that they would do that. So, alright, so you would take a bit, and you would touch it to the magnetization area, and that would, let's see if that actually worked. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. You would think that because this whole thing is a magnet, usually how magnets work is once you take a piece of metal and you leave it sitting on a magnet for a while, it will actually energize or magnetize. I don't know why they would have a demagnetization area. That doesn't make any sense to me, but maybe the company will see this video and then chime in on that. It just says here, the magnetization, demagnetization of the bit, sorry, it's really small, I can barely see this, needs to be removed from the screwdriver because the screwdriver itself has a magnet. So again, it sounds like when you put the bit in the screwdriver, it's going to get magnetized as well. So I don't know why you would want to demagnetize it. That does not make any sense to me. But they have it on there. I mean, I'm just not really sure. But again, I'm not going to dive too much into everything on this. I mean, I feel like companies should make products that are really self-explanatory and not something like this is pretty basic. Like you shouldn't have to, go looking for an answer in the manual. But it does show here them putting the screwdriver bit using the other. It's really strange. Let me just try something here. Maybe this other one is for that. It does show. See, they give you and I'm calling this a chuck. I'm not 100% sure, but see this little piece right here. This is what holds the. Gosh, can't get that to focus here. Here, let me just do this. All right, there we go. See that? And sorry, my hands are filthy. I've been working on my car the last 2 days. I don't know. Let me just try putting this on without what I'm calling the chuck. It's just really odd. See, this one actually has a marking on it that's a drive bit. You probably can't see that, and the other one does not. So let me just unscrew the other one here. Maybe they did think of this. Let's just take a look here. Pop this out. Screw this one on. And we'll see if we can actually put this back in the case. Let me see if I can get a drive bit in there first of all. Alright, so that's cool. So you can leave this on, put a drive bit in without the chuck in place, and then let me see if we can pop it back in the charging port here. Yeah, so that does work. Alright, so that's good, but now you're stuck with these two chucks, as I like to call them here, as I am calling them. And I'm going to put this one, so now you have a spot for this, right? You can pop that one back in this location, but now you have this piece just flopping around. And so let me see if you can put it in the top. So you can kind of store it in the top, I guess, but I feel like this might get lost. Let me see if it pops in here. No, so you can't, so that gets in the way. So you actually have to remove that. And now you're stuck to, maybe you can put it back here. Might be able to put it in the back like so. So that you could probably leave it there. Let me see if it closes. Yeah, so you could do that. I guess it's not that big a deal. You know, just be careful you don't lose it, because that part is not, it doesn't look like it's magnetized. It just would have been nice if they just had one extra slot. I guess it's kind of nitpicking the device, but overall, I mean, really nice construction, super high quality. I mean, durable. It's, you know, it's not made of plastic. If you drop it, you could dent it, but I mean, it's really nice. As far as price point on this, bear with me here. My monitor just went into lock mode here. All right, there we go. What happened here? All right, so price on this is $59. You have a 25% off coupon going right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I mean, nevertheless, you can get it now. You can also save 8% if you order 2 items. And they have a few different models. They have one that comes with a 3-foot, looks like USB cable that they're charging you $62 for if you want to get that model. See what else they got here. There's a $99 one that has like an actual drill gun. Yeah, so it looks like it turns. Let me give you guys the specifications on this here, just so you guys have all the information. Man, hang on, man. Bear with me here. This computer is acting up all of a sudden. Naturally, right when I'm doing a video. All right, so here's the specifications on it. You have double RPM, higher control at 400 RPM. It says doubled RPM, higher control, 400 RPM motor with a unique switch between manual and electric modes. The mini screwdriver is perfect. Let me see what they actually mean by that, because I guess what they're saying is if you pop this out, God, that's really annoying, that thing's flopping around though, I'm not going to lie. All right, so now a light turned on. I'm not sure how the heck that happened. Let me just try. So it is illuminated. So that randomly came on. That wasn't coming on before, and now suddenly this is coming on, which is really strange that suddenly just came on. When I pressed the button before, there was no light. So really cool that they actually have a light. That makes it really easy to work. I know a lot of times when you're, you know, if I'm putting, I don't know, something, putting a wall plate in or something like that, it's nice to have light. Most drill guns come with that. So that's cool. I'm just not sure why it suddenly turned on. It looks like it does automatically turn off. Interesting. I wonder if you press and hold. Maybe if you press and hold both buttons. No, nothing. So, interesting. All right, so it says here that it has 5 adjustable torque settings, 0.1 to 0.3. I think that's nanometers in electric mode, and up to 3 nanometers in manual. As a safeguard system, its initial 3 settings prevent screw slippage. Durable complete toolkit, 39 screws, 9 drilling bits, and a hardness of 60 HRC. That must be a hardness of the actual bits. Has an all-metal gearbox for increased durability. And it says here it has an easy magnetic case with pop feature. So, and bear with me, it's kind of like, sometimes there's a little bit of language barrier here. 3 modes for effortless operation. Single press, the mini cordless drill is for tightening or loosening. Triple press for continuous rotation. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not sure what that means. Triple press is for continuous rotation. 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm pressing it different times. It's just not doing anything different, so I'm not really sure. There is a button on the back, which is, I just now noticed. I think that's for the light mode. Let me press it again. So that turns the light on. Let me see if it goes off. All right, so light does go off. Press it again. So yeah, there's some, I think that's strictly the light mode. So that's why it didn't turn on before. There's a little button on the back that turns on the light. Probably should just read the whole manual. I guess you kind of figure something like this just should take it out of the box and just start using it, which you can, but That's cool that you can turn off the light. I'm just not understanding the different modes here. It just says here 3 modes. Single press for tightening or loosening. Triple press is for continuous rotation. 1, 2, 3. I'm not seeing any different. Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about, to be honest with you. I have no clue what they mean by that. And then it just says, you know, it can drill up to 500 screws and 40 holes on a charge. What else? Yeah, I'm not going to read you all the other marketing stuff, but there's another picture here. So let me just see what it says here. Triple press. Maybe that means... Yeah, that's really weird. They're going to show a picture here with screw in, you're pressing the up button, right? Screwed out, you're pressing the lower button. And it says here, triple press for continuous rotation, exclusive to 5th torque. And they just show rotation of... Yeah, I don't know what that actually means. No idea. So that's kind of annoying. You know, I think they should have been a little more, give a little more information on that. I mean, because realistically, most people are just going to use this as a standard screwdriver, right? And you don't have to necessarily use it in power mode. You can use it without pressing the button. So maybe that's what they mean. But I'm not sure why they'd say triple press. But overall, though, I mean, it's very cool. It's a very nice device, and you know, I have a couple cordless screwdrivers I use often, and they're always made of plastic. This is all aluminum, is what it looks like to me, and I think it's fantastic. Very well made, and it looks like it's going to last the test of time, although, you know, that is yet to be seen, but very cool. So that's it, guys. I gave you all the information. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, I don't know if I can answer, but I'm sure by the time the company sees this video, they'll reach out and kind of give me a little more clarification on that, but I always like to do these videos raw, unedited, unboxing, just because this is kind of how you're going to interact with it, right? You're going to have to read the manual, like I didn't do. So, and in all honesty, I'm probably not going to read the manual because this is like super small. Like anybody, you almost need a magnifying glass to see this. So, you know, basically, what are my gripes with this thing? The manual's too small. There's no storage for the other chuck, as I'm calling it. And the instructions make no sense with the whole triple press thing. But these are, again, nitpicking. This is kind of like nitpicking the quality of a watch, right? I mean, you kind of have to make a big deal about things that aren't really necessary. It's not like you're going to find another screwdriver set that has everything figured out, right? And these are not really big gripes for you to be like, oh, I'm not buying that. You know, it's a fantastic kit. I love it. I really like the fact that it, you know, for the most part, everything's all included in one container that's keeping it fully charged. That's pretty cool, and definitely going to get used. So if you guys do have any questions, by all means, I'll try to help you the best I can. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and take care.